like you had a busy year, so you did release that album back in April,
Yeah.
Going the Distance, right before the whole coronavirus lockdown. Um, I just want to touch on like how did you choose those covers? Like, are those some of your personal favorites growing up? Is that why you chose those particular ones?
Yeah, that whole album has a pretty interesting story behind it. Actually, for years and years, I'd had the idea to make an album in three parts, basically in three acts, like a play, like a three-act structure, and to kind of follow in a way my story, but kind of more general, like to make it less about me and more about the idea of just a kid who's struggling and kind of finds himself through this tale. So it starts with like the Disney songs that I would hear growing up all the time, and that like shaped my understanding of music at that time. It moves into kind of more I guess adult contemporary repertoire, you might say, like Summertime. It's got Compass in there, and eventually it's like this triumph when it gets to the end with the classical stuff, and then I end with Nessun Dorma, which yeah, that's a huge one. It was the first time I'd ever performed it, and
Wow.
yeah, it was.
You picked some challenges too in that project. that last album, I was like, wow. How is he doing this?
You got Elton John on there. You got Summertime, which is like, I'm very particular about whose version of Summertime I hear, like I'm a big Elvis Fitzgerald one, but you really hear that one. And then like Country Road, like how do you pick Country Road? Because
Country Road,
like,
that
American, it's like almost the unofficial American national anthem.
Right.
Country Road, that blew my mind. I was listening to that and was like, this is amazing.
It's it was a wacky idea. This is a JA original, I guess. Like as an idea, it was kind of like a bit of a meme for a while online. Kind of the song kind of got around a few internet cultures, and I happened to be kind of in a few of those, and so I would hear people singing it, and I heard, I think, a Korean live streamer sing just a snippet of this song in a sort of similar. He had a very full voice, and I thought, hold on a minute, and so I waited and waited, because this was a few years ago, I think. Actually, I waited and waited, and eventually I pitched the idea to Greg and in general the team working on that album, and it was kind of met with a resounding what, like. But we tried it out, and I think it worked.
What did it? Fantastic! Like I can speak for Doris. Like as full-blooded Americans, whenever you hear that song, no matter what genre of music you like, you have to stop and you have to like get involved. So like to hear you come, like it's just that feeling. It's just, I don't know. You definitely brought it out, even though
I mean, I'm not even American myself. I do love the place, but it's even when I sing that song, I feel that like patriotism. I feel the Blue Ridge Mountains kind of in the distance, right? Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Definitely. I mean, there's another song.
You chose some Disney songs. I wanted to ask you, like, when are we going to get a full Disney album?
That's a good question. I hadn't thought about it, honestly. Might put one out next year now. Who knows?
It's not a bad idea. I mean, when things open up, Disney will be opening up too,
Yeah, true. You're right.
I mean, the Les Miserables, what was that? You did a collaboration on stage with like a cellist.
Tina Guo.
Yeah, that performance was amazing.
Thank you.
Just talk about like collaborating with other musicians, like how's that? I mean, I know with the COVID situation, there's probably a lot of like this happening with you, but how is that going on?
It's for me, it's interesting that my work in general has always been collaborative, right? Because I can't really make an album without a full team of like 40 more people for an orchestra. So I've kind of unknowingly always been collaborating. So it set me up quite well, I think.
Yeah.
With Tina, she's really cool. She's just a cool lady who plays the cello really well. And so I'm not even sure where the idea came from. It just sort of, like many things, Tina was around. Tina works with kind of my same team, and so it seemed kind of natural. And her performance, that solo on Empty Chairs at Empty Tables, it is.
Yeah, Empty Chairs at Empty Tables. Yeah, that song is so like heavy, even though it's like, yeah. Did you cry the first time you did that song too?
Maybe. Oh man, yeah, and then also with Di Capella, who we did the incredible a cappella Disney group. Who, I mean, I was just saying, I need a whole group of people, of orchestra. They don't. So that's to their credit. It's a lot of fun, actually. I like doing my thing. I like to just be able to sing, but to the kind of swapping off and trading out is like really fun. It's like passing a baton. It's hard to explain, really, to sharing that like ethereal space with another person. It's like it's grounding in a way as well, I think. Like to have someone else there is like, oh, we are still in reality on a stage. I'm not floating through the universe, which is how I feel sometimes.
Right. Definitely. But then you can look over and see, somebody right there rocking with you. That's awesome.